Live from the Empire State, the second race of the Speed Racing Network Z Grill Series playoffs is upon us. The high-speed roadie, that is Watkins Glen International, poses as the best chance for the cream to rise to the top as it is playoff time. Let's go! I am Emerson Arden, and I have my good friends in colleagues Will Tiller and Reese Schaefer alongside myself in the virtual booth this evening, and we're excited to be bringing you live coverage of round number 15 from virtual Watkins Glen, New York, here on the iRacing.com motorsport simulations platform. This track has 11 turns, 7 to the right, 4 to the left, 3 prime passing opportunities at a track that I like to say is a Popeye's biscuit away from being an oval, but yet it is a fan favorite and a driver's favorite alike. Will, we've had some great races over the course of the week, and we're in for another one here tonight.
Absolutely. This is going to cap off an incredible week at the Glen. We saw that one-on-one battle Tuesday night. We saw the how-to video last night with Joshua Balliet just leading the way. Here tonight, though, Emerson, there are some road course ringers. Look for Adrian Schumacher here in this race. Some other guys. We also were forgetting this is playoff time, so you got to get those top 5s, those top 10s, get as many stage points as possible. I think we're in for a great night of racing here at the Glen.
Absolutely, it should be a great night tonight. And speaking of it, you mentioned stage points, you mentioned great racing. Well, it's going to take a lot of that as we head into our playoff standings. Here they are right now, Reese. So there's one thing to note is right now it says 11 drivers are in. That is only because there is a tie at the cut line. SRN rules state that if there's a tie at the cut line, the drivers tied all make it into the playoffs. So it'll just take 11 instead of just 10. There's no tiebreaker to break that tie. But so here are the points coming into tonight's race, Reese. Obviously, we have Tyler Justice locked in. Montgomery and Powell, they locked in by just braving last week. And then Adrian Schumacher, the driver who looks to lock in with a win tonight, but he also has a nice point buffer. This is going to be intriguing points battle throughout the evening as we try to set ourselves up for Dover next week, Reese.
Yeah, absolutely, Emerson. And like you said, I mean, look at Hensley Robertson, threw it right there, 1 point or even tied there, 10th, 11th. And, you know, Emerson, this track being Watkins, being the only road course here in the playoffs, this is one like we talked about earlier, you know, Adrian and Montgomery guys that we saw up earlier in the year at Road America. We're going to see those guys up front again. This is going to be a really big swing for some drivers. Those that really like these road courses could gain a lot of points today. I'm looking forward to see guys being aggressive, especially at the stage caution and on the fuel strategy in the second half of the race.
Absolutely, looking at it there, it's very tight for that cut line between David Robertson, Logan Trude. Of course, they're tied. Penzel a point above. Ryan Shield, Berger, Service, only a few points above. Burkhart, Bayer, Kalaw, and De La Rosa, they are going to need a miracle. It seems like already in a huge hole. But let's go ahead and shift our focus to the race here, guys. And your starting lineup is up on your screen. Tonight's race, there is a total of 16 drivers, and so we'll start our way through it. The top 5, Adrian Schumacher over David Robertson, Tyler Justice, Dustin Montgomery, and Max Service. Will through the top 10.
Yeah, looking at the top 10, we have Seth Berger in that 77 rolling off 6th. Then we have Sean Powell in that 1. He's in a strong run lately, rolling off 7th and rolling off in that 8th position in that 99, Scotty Ranchu.
Yeah, we got Blake Hensley guys starting P9 today. Logan Truitt is going to be starting P10. Both those guys we just talked about right there on the cut line. Then we got Scott Kalaw starting P11. Gabriel Elson P12. Nathan Del Rosa 13th. Brandon Burkhart 14th. And Paul Bliss 15th. And Jonathan Bayer P16. And that will be all 16 cars here tonight, Emerson.
Those are the 16 drivers who decided to brave the track that is Watkins Glen here tonight. I'm going to shift our focus back to the point standings because while Reese should have his go at the point standings, Will, I wanted to give you the opportunity as well in case there's something that piques your eye here. Take a look at these point standings, Will. What catches your eye? Obviously, there's some good points margin on the left side, but that battle, again, tied at the cut line. Technically, 11 are in with that regard.
Yeah, that was an interesting concept coming into tonight's race with Logan Truitt technically being tied for that last cutoff spot. I'm looking at some of these drivers, same thing that I mentioned last week. These drivers probably around 5th to 10th in the standings. And names that jump out to me, I'm looking at Gabriel Ellison there in that 5th seed, Seth Berger there in that 7th seed, of course Scotty Reinshield, and Blake Hensley. We watched Blake Hensley have a couple of good weeks here, a couple of great finishes, good results. Can he keep that momentum rolling here tonight? Get some beneficial stage points and a top 10 to end this race. That's what you need to stay inside this top 15.
Absolutely, and guys, we're gonna bring it back to the sim here. First race, then Will. If I have to put you on the spot, guys, 16 drivers, not a whole lot to pick out there, but a stellar field nonetheless. Who gets it done, guys?
For me, if I could go first there, you know, I'm looking at this field. I like Sean Powell on the 1. I'll go with an outsider pick there. I think his results, of course, we're going to throw all those out of the window here at a road course. I think he's had that momentum, that mojo, feeling good, Reese.
Yeah, you know, looking at these guys here, I'm going to go with guy in P3, Tyler Justice starting there. You know, I'm curious to see, I wonder if he'll do some different strategy stuff. We saw last week with Texas how he kind of pitted early and pitted later. So I'm curious to see if his strategy will work out and have him fall in victory lane.
Great picks, guys. Then we're going to go with the new guy up here, David Robertson, showing his speed here. Again, that driver out of Elliott Sadler Esports, some newly found speed. I think he gets it done, tries to revitalize his season. But here we go, guys. The field is getting ready to do battle here at Watkins Glen International. It is Adrian Schumacher and David Robertson, then the front row, as the field of 16 Speed Racing Network Z Grill Series cars roll down the start-finish straight, and racing will commence here at Watkins Glen. One full lap complete here at Watkins Glen. Adrian Schumacher has a 9/10 of a second advantage, trying to duplicate what teammate Joshua Balliet did last night in the glitch truck race.
Yeah, absolutely. As we come towards me here, Emerson looking good so far. Schumacher leading the way, coming into one of the most exciting parts of this race. Robinson, Justice, Montgomery, Service. You see them. You're going to go single file up the hill here, guys. We're going to go into the S's to start things off. See if everybody can contain here as we watch this battle between Seth Berger and the 77 Hensley. Can we keep it clean through here, guys? Everybody's so good so far as they come towards you, Reese.
Yeah, up top here at the tower and the cradle slot, guys. We see Hensley, one of those playoff guys, bubble guys that needs to have a good finish here up P7 as he exits the corner using all the track and that extra pavement out there, guys. They barrel down to the turn 10, second to last corner as we see Schumacher and
through here, guys. Everybody's so good so far as they come towards you, Reese.
Yeah, up top here.
Side by side, it was there through turn number 10. Now sideways there's Tyler Justice coming out of the final corner. Down the front straightaway they go. Justice trying to put the pressure on the Elliott Sadler Esports entry and David Robertson. Robertson trying to show he's going to be a threat in this championship hunt as they roll it off of turn number 1. Heading up to you, Will.
Yeah, coming towards me in one. We're seeing the same thing as we saw last night. Emerson's that early separation within the field. Schumacher, Robinson still in second, Justice in third, Montgomery right there in fourth. Closest battle, though, we have inside of that top 5 is Robinson and Justice will come through the bus stop once again. It was good last lap. The 46 still trying to hold on to second as Justice is knocking on that door, Reese.
Yeah, Justice all over the back of Robertson, guys. Like I said, Justice been very, very strong the second half of the season. Look at him get super, super close there coming out of the carousel. Justice using a little bit more of the pavement. As they coming down here to turn 10, a really hard brake zone. Oh, we got a little issue in the back.
Jonathan Byer has gone around. We're going to take a moment and look back at what happened to the 13 of Jonathan Byer, boss man here at Speed Racing Network. Unfortunately, catching a little bit of bad luck here. This is into the bus stop. Byer gets in, clips the inside of Apex. Well, misses the second Apex, and he's going to go round.
Yeah, and I watched that live here. Emerson right here at the bus stop. The 13 just came in with a little bit too much speed. I saw him try to downshift, get on those brakes. It was just too little, too late. 13 now has an uphill battle here in this race.
Adrian coming through the S's here. Huge head of steam. Now opens up a 1.7 second advantage, and the battle still goes on here between Hensley, and this is now trying to shape up Powell.
Yeah, Powell already getting shooken up here in this race. He slid down to 6th. My race big coming in here. Hensley, I mentioned his name in those point standings. He's on the one's back bumper. Hensley trying to move up through this race, guys. I mentioned here in stage number 1, a lot of points to be had. So this is a race within a race.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see, Hensley, trying to get on the power, trying to get a good run on Powell, and Max is right in front of him. Guys, we talked about some guys are more key to road courses, and Hensley showing some good speed early on here.
Great speed here. As again, all of these guys running nose to tail. This is the battle for 5th. This is a little ways off that top spot, but it is the closest battle on track between Max Service, Sean Powell, and Blake Hensley. As they roll around here at Watkins Glen International, 4 laps complete, working lap number 5. As they head down to turn number 1, everyone shifting down to the gear as Hensley closes the gap all over that rear end of Sean Powell as they go up the hill.
Sean Powell right there, he's locking it down as they're coming towards me, guys. I'm not seeing many battles on the racetrack here early on, 5 laps into this race. This is the second to last race in the round of 15 as we come through the bus stop once again. Powell gets up on those rumble strips. Hensley's trying to look for that opportunity. He looks to the inside move as everybody's just looking comfortable, Reese, as they're coming by you.
Yeah, absolutely. All 3 cars hold steady, just like last night's race, guys. We saw with the battle for second between Ryan, myself, and Fensick, and so these 3 just kind of holding steady. Still really early on, guys, and I believe the stage is lap 20, so guys trying to find their grip as we enter lap 5, lap 6 coming here.
I believe it's lap 15. Big time moment for Sean Powell, losing control there off of turn number 11. And he is going to pay for it. Now under attack from Seth Berger, loses a spot to Blake Hensley, guys. And now we've got a 4-car battle that's alive and well. Battle going on here. This is further down the running order. Gabriel Ellison started at the rear of this field. Actually, he started from pit lane, and Ellison already up to 12. Makes that pass on Paul Bliss. But back up to that battle, heading up to you, Will.
Yeah, heading up towards me. You see Max Service in that 81 machine trying to bounce back for some not so good finishes here lately. He'll lead a line into this bus stop. Very, very clean so far through this position in the racetrack. The 81 trying to hold on here as he's inside of the top 5 as they come towards you, Reese.
Yeah, Max Service needing a good run here tonight. One of those guys that really likes the road courses and really likes Watkins Glen, as we talked about Max and then Hensley right behind them. Hensley, movements of the rotor guys, making some good headway here for his points and being close to that cut line. And so as they come out of second to last corner, they're heading towards you, Emerson.
Back around here to the front straightaway, Max Service. Yeah, you mentioned he likes these road courses. That wasn't always the case for Max, as you would be well know, Reese. I know you don't necessarily know the entire story of Max, but road courses were not Max's strong suit over the past couple seasons, Will. But he got into those practice sessions with Joshua Balliet, Adrian Schumacher, and Reese Schaefer. Has elevated his road course game. He is now consistently a top 5 driver in these road races in SRN when it didn't used to be that way.
When you train with dogs, you become a dog yourself, and that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight at the Glen. You name those names right there, Emerson. That's the who's who of the road course. We're watching the side-by-side battle into the bus stop. Hensley will get the best of the 81 of Max Service through there. The 81's not done, though, Reese, as he's going to still knock on that back bumper as they come through the carousel.
Absolutely, guys. I mean, Hensley, we see him just moving through the field here. Started 9th, all the way up to 5th now, passing Max, 5th there, passing Max. It's going a little wide, but as they barrel down to the second to last corner, turn 10 here, really got to make sure you get really close to that curb, guys, and not use too much curb in the exit like that, because it can get a little squirrely out there. Coming to you, Emerson.
Lacking rear grip there out of the 31 machine as they continue to race to that lap 15 stage caution. Hensley now secures that 5th position. Berger had a chance to get around the one of Sean Powell. He's not been able to make do with that, but he is still keeping in touch as he works his way out of turn number 1, trying to put the power down in that 77 machine.
And guys, as they come towards me up this hill into the bus stops, no caution flags yet in this race. We didn't see very many last night either. And what I like to say about this race, guys, here at a road course, you can afford any mistakes, and there's one out of the 32. I believe that's Truitt back there in that 32. We talked about him. He was tied for that last spot coming into this race.
It's going to be Scott Kalal here, the driver in trouble in that 32 machine. We'll get a look at it. And for Scott Kalal, while not great, he was a driver 37 points below the cut line coming into today and just gets a little too happy there on the painted curb, Reese.
Yeah, I've got some big contact there with the Bears, too. It's funny, even though those tire bears look soft, I can tell you this is one of the most violent tracks in all of iRacing. When you hit the wall, the damage is honestly excessive. So hopefully, Scott, it's not too terrible. I don't know, how hard wise. I thought he hit it pretty decent, but not super bad. Maybe hopefully he wasn't going in there too quick, guys. But that damage definitely going to be sustained until the stage caution here.
He's definitely gonna feel it, guys. Already looking off the pace. Will?
Take it from here, Emerson, as we see Seth and Scotty Ryan Shell in the P8, P9 battle. The 2 beautiful red cars as they barrel down towards the bus stop here, Emerson. This bus stop, one of the most tricky parts of all the racetracks here on iRacing. You really have to use those curbs, really have to shift the car's weight and momentum to sustain speed. And, if you go too far left, too far right, Emerson, you can get in that grass and get really squirrely. And so, as we see Seth and Ryan Shell use all the track out of there, the carousel, this part of the course has been very technical and can be a really big challenge for drivers. And this is where a lot of time gain and time loss occurs at this track.
Absolutely, guys. With all that runoff, you don't necessarily have to be perfect lap after lap here at Watkins Glen, but you do if you want to, continue to, work your way up the road in order to compete with those higher level drivers. Again, you have room to make mistakes, but by no means are the fastest guys even thinking about mistakes.
Yeah, you can't make any mistakes here. We talked about it to kick off this broadcast. Any small mistakes in this race can cost you everything. You don't want to spin out as we come towards this bus stop. But a couple of guys that this bus stop has claimed here as we watch the 46 of Robinson come through here very clean. He's got a good run going on so far, guys. 6 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, Robertson started P2 up to steadily at P3 here with 5 to go in the stage. We talked about he's one of those guys that does need a good amount of points today, and so, being P3 here, guys, definitely in order for it early. So especially some good stage points as we look behind it with Max Service and Powell and Seth Berger and others as they follow suit. Everybody, it's sitting a pretty steady gap as they head towards the front stretch, Emerson.
All this is going on, guys, behind Adrian Schumacher, driver of that number 82 machine, as he tries to roll it off of turn number 1. He heads up the hill. He's got 10 complete, trying to work his way to that lap 15 stage break. Will, we're out on board to Schumacher, heading towards you.
Yeah, coming towards that stage break, and we're going to ride on board with our race leader of Schumacher here, guys. And you see how much speed he's getting out of this car. And let's watch this technicality as he heads into this bus stop. Watch this downshift. All right, now already into third. Very, very clean. Not a lot of pressure on that wheel. Through the rubber strips. Those are your friends there in the bus stop. He's going to come around this carousel race, and you see him just gently getting back on the gears, not getting too aggressive on that gas pedal.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that curb in the carousel there, you can almost use it to drift around the corner. Use that front right tire to grip the curb and get the car a little steady and get some more momentum as he enters this corner here. Guys, want to stay tucked to that curb as close on the left and make sure not to use too much run off the right. And then at the end, the tire barrier is hard on the brakes and turning in and using all the track all the way up to the wall here, coming down the front stretch.
It's a beautiful lap as right on board with our race leader. Now that lap, he did not gain time all that much on Tyler Justice. Actually, he only gained 5 1/1000ths, but a big wobble there through turn 1 as Schumacher tries to woe it down. But because of, you know, the difficult nature of this track, oh, and David Robertson has gone wide, and Robertson has lost the spot to Dustin Montgomery.
That's not going to be good for the 46, although we're going to have that stage break coming up. And Emerson, we saw it last night. Drivers headed down before the stage break. Some drivers elected to head down at that stage break. Do you think we're going to see that same sort of mixed bag of strategies in this race?
Well, hold on. Gabriel Ellison has just had an off. He spun around down in turn number 1. Take a quick look at what happened to Gabriel Ellison, who was steadily working his way through the field, except this time he was all by himself into turn number 1. Ellison, here on lap number 12, just charges the corner and misses the apex, and he loops it around. But Reese, I'll kind of let you take the lead there on the strategy call. Now, I know these Xfinity cars use a little bit more, or I guess a little less fuel than the truck because of the off-throttle time, but only 5 laps longer than last night's race. What do you think about the strategy?
Yeah, you know, I'm really curious. You know, it's forever hard to pass at these road courses, guys, and so it wouldn't shock me if guys like Searson or Max Service Powell, or even Berger, where they're kind of sitting in that 11 to 13 second gap behind the leader, so they're only a second, 2 seconds away from each other. You know, if you jump on these drivers, it is super hard to pass. So it wouldn't shock me if we see one of them or 2 of them even try to enter pit road early to jump some drivers and just gain that track position. But the only thing concerning about these car track combination guys, the tire wear is really, really high on these cars, and so I don't know if feel-wise the guys are struggling, you know, on older tires. So I think it will really come down to the driver preference and if they really think that gaining that track position is going to be worth in the end.
Adrian Schumacher, he's opened up his gap to nearly 4 seconds now over Tyler Justice, Dustin Montgomery. David Robertson now finds himself 10 seconds back of race leader Adrian Schumacher. The battle is out there on the track, have simmered down a little bit. Adrian Schumacher is going to power it up off the corner, and he will not pit here at the end of the stage. Neither will Tyler Justice, and neither will Dustin Montgomery. There's pit road closed, so nobody will be able to do that strategy, guys.
And as we come through this part of the Glen here, guys, do you think it's because it's a different class of car? We saw it on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, where the trucks headed down before the stage. Do you think it's because these guys can maybe push it just a little bit more that you're not seeing that same move?
I'd probably say, you know, honestly, I'm looking at the lap jumps here, guys, and we're only about a second off from where we started here on lap 14. So even the fall off isn't too significant. So I don't think guys are struggling too mightily on tire wear and stuff like that. And so I think guys are, like you said, able to push a little harder and get more consistently. And so I think it's a lot of guys are just kind of comfortable where they're at, just kind of getting their feet under them and kind of getting a good rhythm here before this end of the first stage.
So Adrian Schumacher rounds turn number 10. It's down to turn number 11. That zero machine for Tank Racing, a 4-second advantage. 1 lap to go in stage number 1 for Adrian Schumacher. Here he is looking for his first victory on the season, as he's looking for some redemption from Road America. Could tonight be tonight, as he's gotten a clean 14 through here. Watkins Glen, one more to the end of the stage. Well,
Yeah, he's just looking absolutely so fresh and so clean in this race. Shout out to Outcast, because you better call Miss Jackson, because he is looking good here tonight. Emerson, no pressure, ran a 113 in that go. Still didn't hit the 115. Schumacher on fire out of the bus stop.
As he comes towards me, guys, through the carousel, Adrian using that banking, using that curb on the inside to rotate the car, and really going to use all the track out here, all this beautiful, beautiful pavement, extra area you can run out, and it's a little squirrely out there, guys. You do have to be careful. We'll see that later in the second half of the race on later runs, and then coming down here, guys, staying tucked up to the curb, using as little track as you can on the outside, and here he comes down the front towards you, Emerson.
Off of turn number 11 for the final time in stage 1. Adrian Schumacher is going to win here at stage 1 at Watkins Glen.
Hey guys, for the carousel, Adrian.
Good here tonight. Emerson, no pressure, ran a 113 in that go. Still didn't hit the 115. Schumacher on fire.
Tyler Justice, Dustin Montgomery, they go second and third. Robertson and Hensley fourth and fifth. Max Service sixth, and there's the yellow.
No pressure, ran a 113 in that go. Still didn't hit the 115. And you look at the end of that stage, guys.
Through the carousel,
just
Adrian
no pressure at all for Schumacher, but we did watch him guys slide down a little bit. Powell down to 7th, Berger actually up to 8th, Reinschild up there as well. There's some battles moving inside of that top 10.
You have to be careful. We'll see that later in the second half of the race on later runs, and then coming down here, guys, staying tucked up to the curb, using as little track as you can on the outside.
So after that opening stage, Adrian Schumacher going around to the pace car. Everyone is going to have the opportunity to pit here under this caution period. Everyone, I imagine, is going to come down for 4 fresh tires and fuel, and that is going to make this an intriguing run to the checkers. You know, now that I think about it, guys, it's going to be a very tight one stop here to the end for these Z-Girls, guys. Here, Watkins Glen, Adrian Schumacher with, of course, that run tonight, and he's got the advantage, but is he burning fuel at a higher, high rate where he could be in trouble towards the end?
Yeah, it's hard to say, we'll have to see. I'll see if I can get a fuel number here during the stage break, Emerson, see if I can radio in with one of the guys. And this track it's really interesting. It's everybody drives it a little differently, and so everybody's fuel numbers are probably a little different from everybody else. And I wonder if I'll see guys when they come out of pit road, Emerson, really shutting the car off, clutching in and trying to save as much fuel as they can. So maybe, if you're sitting like Tyler Justice or Dustin Montgomery, maybe you did do something what I did last night and get some extra fuel in the tank, and that way you can go an extra lap and lead a lap, and get that extra point, because you never know how important points will be, and especially this time of year in the playoffs. So I'm curious to see if we'll see guys really saving fuel in the caution period, and I wonder if we'll see some different strategies in the second half of the race.
Could be a prime opportunity. The only guaranteed caution on the evening, and for all intents and purposes, the only caution on the evening. If you're going to have a chance to, massively fuel save, it's going to be here when everyone else is running slow behind that safety vehicle. Of course, the whole field is trying to get caught up to the safety car. Everyone is on the lead lap here at Watkins Glen. Jonathan Byer, last car on the lead lap. The only driver to pit was Gabriel Ellison, though I believe that was just him starting from the pit lane. So nobody's pitted to this point, and we'll have the opportunity to see some pit stops here. The whole field is going to be coming down the pit lane. This pit lane will be open. The safety car.
Guys, as we watch this field head down pit road, sorry about that audio issue there. I was so excited about this race. I was watching the race as I was calling it at the same time. Is there any names that stand out to you there at the end of that stage that could possibly be a contender against Schumacher here towards the end of this race?
I would say for me, guys, it's my pick of the night, Tyler Justice. I mean, we saw him. He started third and got past Robertson pretty quickly, and then the gap was widening a little bit, but it wasn't too significant. So if he runs like we talked about earlier, different strategy, and it's so hard to pass here, he might be able to catch Adrian off guard and maybe leapfrog him in a pit strategy or something. So I'm curious to see how he does the second half.
Oh, well, my pick is going to be right there in Dustin Montgomery as he and Tyler Justice leapfrog Adrian Schumacher on the pit stop. Massive mistake there, and it's going to be hard for Adrian to make that up. We're going to see here, we're going to talk to our stage 1 winner in Adrian Schumacher. And Adrian, what just happened there on the pit stop?
What do you mean? I got first.
Oh, you got it back.
No, so they sped. Both of them sped. Oh my god.
Oh, they sped. No way. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we were gonna have a battle.
Oh my goodness, they sped on pit road. I can't believe it. I was more trying to get you into the Discord channel to interview you for the stage that I didn't notice that you got the lead back. Well, that would explain why they jumped you in the pit lane. Well, that kind of changes my entire thought process. That kind of only leaves you with David Robertson now to duel it out here. Now, of course, this is a long race to go. You still have one more pit stop in this race. Adrian, how do you go about this final stage? How do you keep yourself out in front?
I just gotta save, hit my marks, hope for the best.
Now, I was thinking, it's rare, but sometimes going too fast might hurt people. And in this case, you are running fast enough. You could be burning fuel at a higher rate than others. Do you think your fuel situation is going to be affected by running so fast out in front?
I didn't really test that during the practice, but we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. Here on the restart, Adrian, it's going to be, again, the prime point. Everyone's going to be trying to make some overtakes on you. How do you keep yourself out in front? How do you defend against maybe some impending chaos behind?
It's kind of gotta make myself wide, but not like dirty wide.
Fair enough.
BMW wide.
Let's see right here if Will and Reese have any questions for Adrian Schumacher.
Yeah,
Adrian. Sorry, I will. I was gonna go real quick, but yeah, Adrian, I was gonna just ask really quick. How's the car feeling? I saw you, getting a little squirrely on some exits. I don't know. How do you think the tires are gonna be in the second half of the race?
I think they're gonna be good. Now I know what to do and what brake biases to adjust throughout the lap, and yeah, I think I'm gonna save a lot more this time around.
Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah, Adrian, we watched that race last night with Joshua Balliet, won by 10 plus seconds. If you start to get that sort of lead, how do you stay focused and keep going in a race that may seem like it takes forever?
Did you not take a mic doing that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I have the driver's chat on.
How do you stay patient and composed in a race that's going to take a little bit of time, especially if you get a gap in there in the lead spot?
Just gotta stay cool, like hit my marks, be like Kimi Räikkönen. Stay cool.
Well, there it is. Driver of the number 0, Adrian Schumacher, our stage 1 winner here out of Tank Racing. Best luck to you the rest of the way, Adrian.
Thanks, guys.
It's our stage 1 winner, Adrian Schumacher, looking for some Road America redemption with a great run so far tonight. And so, field Speed Racing Network Z-Grill Series drivers round their way off of the final corner. And green flag is back in the air, racing once again from the Empire State. 1 lap removed from the stage 1 restart. It's Adrian Schumacher out in front here at Watkins Glen. He's got 0.8 of a second his advantage, and a battling is piling up back here. Now Dustin Montgomery a little bit on the aggressive here, will as he and teammate Tyler Justice try to make up ground from their speeding penalty, which, my goodness, I mean, say what you think about that. That was a wild turn of events.
Absolutely, as a 12 machine, Dustin Montgomery, you saw that run in stage number 1. He has a blinker in front of him, though, guys. Car keeps disappearing. There it comes back out on the racetrack. That looks to be Bliss right there next to Montgomery in the 12 as we're through the bus stop. Very, very clean. If any guy can do it, Reese, it's the 12 and Montgomery. He's up to 10 as they come towards you.
Yeah, I saw Justice get past the Paul Bliss there, rather, and so Montgomery and Justice guys had to work that out for him. But like I said, long race. I mean, still got 40 laps to go here, and you know, if iRacing and SRN told me anything can happen. So we'll have to see their drive to the field as they head towards New Emerson.
Anything can and almost anything will happen in motorsport, guys. And here we go, Ryan Shield and Berger. This battle, guys, will not go away. This was a battle before the stage break, and it continues on here. Ryan Shield and Berger going at it for that 6th position. Trying to put the power down for both of them. Berger closes that gap, tries to have a run. Isn't close enough yet to make a move, but stalks the 99.
Yeah, both of these guys need an important finish here tonight. They would like top 5s. Ryan Shield and Berger, both playoff drivers, currently on the inside. Comfortable. Good finish here tonight. Can take the pressure off of Dover next week as we're coming through this bus stop once again. Guys on that gas pedal heavy here early, Reese, trying to get those positions, not trying to get separated.
Yeah, as they come towards me again in the carousel, we just saw Montgomery get around, I believe, Logan Truitt there. Now Justice going to try to follow suit. A little squirrely there. Got to be careful there. That curb can really bite you if you get on it too wrong, but Justice able to hold on to it as they come down here, the second last corner, guys, using the end of the guardrail where the grass starts there as your braking point, and staying tucked on that curve as they come towards you in the front stretch, Simpson.
Out of turn number 11, here's Ryan Shield, Berger going at it once again. Out in front, it's Schumacher, Robertson, Hensley. But top 3 got a little tight between Service and Powell at the top of the hill last time through. Service opened up the gap a little bit, but here comes Powell closing that gap once again as they trek uphill.
These are important positions as we come up the hill. You want to try to hold on as Service in the 81 gets a little loose. Powell still right there in the 1 machine. I love these one-on-one battles here at the Glen. 2 gladiators going at it. Who has the biggest sword? We get to see it after every corner. Who wins these battles? And in this case, looks like Service as he's going to come out of the bus stop ahead of the 1.
Yeah, as you look further ahead, guys, you got Robertson, Hensley's. The gap starting to close up here. You know, just sitting around half a second or so. Yeah, it's around half a second or so. And so both these guys ran. We talked about it on the cut line there. Need good days, and here they are, guys. Find themselves P2, P3. Can have huge point swings for them in the playoffs. So as they come out of the second last corner and final corner, they're heading towards you, Emerson.
On the front straightaway, things tightening up. Many battles up inside the top 10. Robertson, Hensley for 2nd, Service, Powell for 4th, Ryan Shield, Berger for 6th, and things tightening up now between Montgomery closing up on Ellison, Vat for 8th. Guys, they are all over the track in many different ways, trying to put the pressure on one another. Service continues to lead Powell around the track, but Powell is not going to back down.
Now, Powell doing a great job here at the road course. We're going to ride on board with the 1 as we come through that bus stop. Can he keep the momentum? A lot of it lasts a lap. We'll see him downshift down to 2nd. I think that's a little bit of an overshift there, Reese. He may have wanted to stay in 3rd. Maybe ride those RPMs through this carousel.
Absolutely, guys. So much upshifting, downshifting here. You can definitely get confused on which gear is which, as Max Service had a little bit of struggle through the bus stop there, and so Powell was able to stay with him. We saw last lap he kind of gained on him, so I'm curious to see, Emerson, as they enter towards your side of the track, if Powell's going to get a really good run on the S's and make a move here coming the next lap.
Yeah, Powell doing a lot of counter steering, but Service there misses the apex of turn 11, and this battle continues on. And with that, guys, I don't think that was a misshift from Powell. I think that was more driver's choice. Tight here. Here we go. Ellison and Berger. Now Berger on Reinshield. They're going side by side into the corner. Berger nearly taps Scotty Reinshield, and Brandon Burkhardt's going to go round. More battling here. Tyler Justice gets by the 77 up the hill. Ellison gets on through Reinshield. Montgomery wants a piece of the action.
I'm watching them come up the hill towards me. Emerson, they're right at one another. Montgomery trying to get around the 99. The 6 machine will stay right behind his Liquid Molly teammate. They'll go Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi all the way through the field as we watch them come around the carousel. They're in a single line. They're behaving, Reese, for now as they come towards you.
Yeah, all 4 or 5 of these guys are all over each other as we look a little further ahead. And we got Hensley got a little loose in the bus up, guys, and he's falling back past service. And now Sean Powell is trying to take advantage of that 4th place spot, guys, as they're coming through the final corner.
Battles all over the track, guys. It is revitalized. The groupings in this race. The Phase 2 Chassis Works crowd. Oh, Reinshield blocking his pseudo teammate and Dustin Montgomery. Now down in the turn number 1, Reinshield maybe he was trying to give way, but that was a bad spot to do so. And Montgomery and Justice get on through. Now Reinshield and Berger get to do battle once again. Berger closes that gap on Reinshield, but instead of battling for the 6th position, now they battle for 9th.
Yeah, Reinshield better watch out as he's coming up this hill. I can see the 77 right on that back bumper. He'll look to the outside. The 99 trying to throw a block. He's aggressively trying to play defense here in this race. He rolled that fender here through the bus stop. It will be Berger trying to get back on that gas pedal as the 99 guys. Looks like he's just trying to hold on in this race.
Definitely got his elbows out there. I can't believe the 2 of them didn't get a little squirrely there, rubbing up against each other to show what close racing is. It's a really good run, guys. Coming on the carousel as they get coming down here to turn 10, really good hard braking zone. Berger not going to sit it this time.
Here we go.
Oh, Rachel goes wild. And here comes Berger coming down the final corner. Looks like they're going to be almost side by side coming down the front stretch, Emerson.
Berger trying to get the crossover. He gets down there. Can he put the power down? Side by side as they go down the front straightaway. Reinshield holds on for now. Does Berger have a lunge? He pulls out the pass. He sends it on to the inside of the line. He locks up going through the grass. And oh my goodness, guys, it has been very entertaining here tonight at Watkins Glen.
Absolute blast as they're coming up the hill here for that 77 machine of Berger. He has to dust off that mistake. He has to stay locked in because right now Truett is coming for that top 10 at a road course, guys. I've said it once, I'll say it again, the top 10 or top 5. If you're not a road course ringer, that's a win in my book as Montgomery trying to hold off his teammate, guys. These 2 are teammates, but it looks like Justice wants this spot.
Yeah. Both those guys caught speeding last time at the stage, guys, and they're just trying to meander their way through the field as we see Montgomery trying to big gap on Justice. I wonder if Justice got maybe a slowdown or something, guys, for going a little bit off track, but either way, we see Justice, we see Ellison, who had that early issue. We see Justice, we see, Ellison get it by Justice there, guys, as they come out of the final score. I wonder if he had a slowdown.
That would have to be my guess, Reese. Either that or Tyler Justice just ran wide and tried to maybe preserve some incident points. But he ran wide again and picked up another 1X that allowed Gabriel Ellison to scoot on through. That is now the closest battle on track. Here, this one is trying to rev up again. Well, this was never a battle, but Service now under attack from Blake Hensley for 3rd.
Yeah, we have a battle for the podium spot. It took Hensley just a little while to get up to service here in that 81, but he is doing that just now as we come through that bus stop, guys. Creeping up towards that halfway mark here. It's crunch time at the Glen as the 81 of Service will keep that position as they come towards you, Reese.
Yeah, Service and Hensley, both guys that having good days here so far. And so here we are, lap 28 of 60. Got plenty of race left here, guys. And I wonder what kind of strategies we're going to see here on the second half of the race.
A while to get up to Service.
Battling continues on here. Service trying to hold on to third. Ryan shooting. Berger going at it. Berger going wide. Still going at it into turn number 11. This one's not done. Berger trying to put the power down. This time does he have a lunge on Ryan Shooter? Going to be nose to tail heading down to turn 1. Berger's not close enough this time to have a proper lunge, but he is there. And trying to force the 99 into a mistake. Nose to tail as they work their way up the hill.
And I absolutely understand the aggression out of the 99 as they come towards me here. I watch on the monitor the entire battle as they come towards me here in the bus stop. The 99 has to hold on to these spots. He can't lose it to Berger in that 77. You can't slide down to 10th. That's one playoff point you can lose just by losing a position. As now Blake Hensley, he's still now under 5 from the 81 in service. We thought Hensley was making a move there on Robinson. Now that's now shifted to that 4th and 3rd positions. We have positional battles all over the racetrack races. They come towards you.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Ryan Shell just keeps looking in his mirror as the 77 Berger is all over the place behind him, trying to find a gap, trying to find some momentum, get around him. Ryan Shell is looking a little low there, looking a little high, try to get disturb up the air there as two of them enter the second to last corner here at the Glen. Coming down the final corner here, Emerson. I wonder if Berger might get a good run here down the front stretch.
Looks like Berger thrives there out of turn number 11. Quick note, that was Hensley passing service for 3rd in that battle. And now here we go once again between Ryan Shield and Berger. Berger gets down to the apex, curbing. Ryan Shield has the power off, squares off the corner. And they continue to duel it out up the hill in this spirited battle for 9th.
I tell you what, the 99's not going to have any friends or fans in that pit road at the end of this race. The 99 has just been playing absolute incredible defense this entire go of it. Of course, guys have gotten by him as we come through this bus stop. We're right on board with that 99. He's just keeping the 77 at bay. And if you can do this lap after lap, that's just going to frustrate the 77. Throw some green flag pit stops in the mix as well. Reese Brown, quite the shootout towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Ryan Shell's having a really, really good run, and he's really doing a great job of defending here. And poor Berger's just trying to find any breathing room, guys, that he can try to get some momentum, any daylight here, but you can't be too aggressive or wreck him. So Berger's gonna have to find the right opportunity as they enter the front stretch.
Gonna ride on board with Berger here for the lap. You can get to see how the elevation change and the banking affects these drivers, these cars around here. Montgomery has gotten by teammate Sean Powell for the 5th position, but this battle continues to rage on. There's Berger over the curbing, really displacing the car, and now through the curves, that is the Watkins Glen Esses. Up the hill we go.
Coming up the hill, guys, we're officially at the halfway point here at the Glen. It has been Schumacher up at the top. One thing that's noticed to me as we head through this bus stop, we're riding on board with the 77 of Berger, who's been trying vigorously to try to get around the 99 or Ryan Shield. What I'm noticing, guys, we're not having a big gap in these positions. Of course, 5 seconds is a big gap on a racetrack, but Schumacher not checking away with this race.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we saw him in that first stage too, how he got an early lead, and then the gaps seemed to minimize as the tire wear was going, guys. So you wonder if Schumacher just not as comfortable on that older set of tires as we see here, guys. Berger still trying to find any daylight, trying to find a move on Scotty Ryan Show.
That was the lap around Watkins Glen on board with Seth Berger here in this, again, battle for that 9th position. On the contrary, oh my goodness, Berger sideways as he hits the brakes, trying not to run into the 99. We're gonna go back and take a look at what happened there. Oh my goodness. Gonna be the wrong move there. Not able to get one queued up there, but a wild move there. Berger was trying to put the pressure on it and nearly got a face full of the 99. They continue on.
They continue on indeed, and for the 77 and the 99, although the 77 had that big overdrive, it's the respect factor here to road course, guys. And Reese, you can talk about it too. You know you might have a run on a guy, you have that speed, but the ability to have to check up, lose the speed, lose the momentum just so you don't make contact is a thing in racing that we all can love and admire.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw it yesterday and even on Tuesday, guys, with, some guys giving a little, trying to be aggressive, but realizing that some corners aren't just passing corners. We saw a lot of guys yesterday and in today that are, maybe backing out towards the first corner or even the bus stop, because even though they could send it, they probably end up wrecking both of them. So a lot of respect out here from the drivers, and that's honestly what it's all about, guys. Just respect and hard racing is what everybody seeks here at the Z-Girls series and here at Speed Racing Network, and a lot of guys really enjoy racing around one another, and it just improves the community overall.
While we got a moment, guys, I do want to take a look back at some of the incidents we have missed because of all the battles. Brandon Burkhart had a spin here. This was back on lap 24. A little too much throttle, and he sets the car down wrong and sends it. My goodness, into turn 11. Little too fast there for Brandon Burkhart. Just a loop around, but he has pitted and has not come back ever since. So wild there. I don't know why Brandon Burkhart has decided to call it a day there, but that is unfortunate. We're gonna now go to lap 28 where Paul Bliss has had it off this into the bus stop.
Yeah, coming into the bus stop, guys, and looking at that scoring pylon, we're creeping up towards, oh no! Huge slide out of the 85. Oh my goodness, we missed that before. That's the biggest slide we've seen in the bus stop, and it comes from the 85 of Bliss.
That was back on lap number 28, guys, and that was something else. Big slide, but no harm, no foul, and we have stayed green here at Watkins Glen. Now the battle's peaking back up. This battle between Ryan Schiedenberger will not go away and has perked itself up again as they go to work.
Yeah, heading towards me, guys. As I was mentioning, I'm looking at the scoring pylon. We're on lap 33 here, going to go to 34 when we cross that line. Last time these guys headed down pit road was lap 17, so we did some laps on these tires and on these fuel tanks. When do you start to see guys heading down?
I think we'll start seeing guys pretty soon here, guys, around the lap 40 mark. But guys, I believe we just had a big issue with Sean Powell. I think he went off track here in the bus stop. I was looking at him going through the carousel. We might have to see if we can get a cue back up there, Emerson, and we might see if he's got any damage on that right side at all.
Let's see what happened to Sean Powell. My goodness! Oh, cut it a little too sharp there, Sean, and that one, guys, that's gonna hurt. I don't know if he's going to be able to finish that one out. That is a huge hit, and that's going to massively affect the suspension.
Yeah, I noticed him off pace when he was coming by me, guys, and now we know why. I mean, man, what a really tough break. I mean, like we talked about, hardest part of the track here, guys. Look at everybody getting so close to that wall, and if you're just inches too far, your race could be over.
Yeah, and I think it alludes to there's the slightest loss of focus. That's the thing, that's the most important component of this race for Schumacher, especially as our leader. You have to stay focused, you have to stay composed. You start to daydream, you start to think about other points in this race. That's when you make those simple, small mistakes. And for Powell, that's going to cost him dearly as he's trying to hold on to a top 10.
I was certainly going to try. And this battle for fourth is starting to rage on here. We'll see how long Service is able to keep Montgomery at bay. This is going to be a hard-fought battle. I don't know if Max is going to be able to do it. Montgomery pulls out to pass. Not close enough yet to take a shot at it, but putting the pressure on fourth-place driver Max Service, the Canadian. Going to do some work here at Watkins Glen, and maybe the closest thing to a home race that, many Canadians will make the travel across Niagara Falls and go over here to upstate New York and come watch the race out here in Watkins Glen. Now, I know there's, New Hampshire may be a little closer for Max, but I don't actually know if these guys took to New Hampshire. No, yes, they did earlier in the season. But yeah, Max Service here, trying to hold on to a top 5.
and I talked about it. Those are golden positions here at a road course. Oh no, as he gets a little loose, there's Service now tries to have to make up that momentum he just lost. Those are golden positions, you know, and not so much at a super speed or any other racetrack other than a road course. I look at those spots 5 through 10 wins in my book. You know, road course very difficult with the shifting aspects. You're also going to get a road course ringer in the mix with Schumacher, so take a position off of that scoring pylon, guys. So you're really racing for second through the rest of the field. You know, we watched this battle heading into quarter number 1 between Service and Montgomery. Who's going to hold on to that top 5?
Driver heading down the pit lane, guys. It's Seth Berger in the 77 machine. The first blink in the pit cycle. Now, this one's interesting. This is 24 laps to the end. Can he make it to the checkers? Is going to be the big question here. Watch the 77 head down. One of the drivers inside the top 10 coming into today's race. And now Service down in fifth, trying to fend off Tyler Justice.
Yeah, but as we see the 3 of them guys enter the bus stop coming towards me in the carousel here, you know, we saw Montgomery and Justice have that pit road speeding penalty, and the 2 of them have slowly but surely made their way back up front here, guys. Montgomery P4, Justice trying to make it P5 as he's over the back of Service. Then looks like he might be getting close to coming out of the second last corner to getting a good run on him. I wonder if they'll. We'll have to see how the exits are coming out here. The second to last corner, turn 10, now turn 11, guys, as the 3 of them are in a train coming towards you, Emerson.
Nose to tail up off the corner. Dustin Montgomery holds station in 4th. Berger and Justice going at it for 5th. Jonathan Byer, he's going to leave the pit lane there, just at the bottom of the screen. And Sean Powell has head down the pit lane, and for good measure, picked up a 1X on pit entry as well. Here comes Sean Powell to the attention of his pit crew, and we'll see if he opts to try to go the damage repair route.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, Emerson. I'm also looking at him to maybe throw in a little strategy move here. Maybe go in the repair, undercut the rest of the field, maybe see where he flushes out after everybody throws on some Goodyear Eagles. Maybe just trying to hold on to the top 10. Maybe that's his target position for the 1 right now.
Yeah, guys, if you come to the carousel here, Max River still under fire from phase 2 chassis work. Tyler Justice. Justice gonna take a really good run using that curb, guys, and Max River's a little squirrely on the exit there. Justice gonna pull out in front, guys, and Tyler Justice up to P5, passing Max Service as all 3 of them continue to be nose to tail coming through the final last corner and coming to the last corner.
Max Service falls out the top 5. Dustin Montgomery, Tyler Justice, they have recovered from their speeding penalty to 4th and 5th. Look here, that's Berger trying to work his way back up the running order. Now Justice back under attack from Service. Does Justice have anything for his teammate Dustin Montgomery? That still remains to be seen.
Yeah, Montgomery is trying to get up there to Hensley. Robinson seeing big gaps in the field with 22 laps to go. As Reese just mentioned, we do have some green flag pit stops right around the corner here at the Glen. That will throw a Yahtzee reshuffle into the mix as we head through my wonderful bus stop here. We watch Montgomery, we watch Justice, we watch Service. They're in a single line. They are gapped out with one another. Reese, as we watch this battle though, there's Hensley and Reinshield heading into the bus stop. See who can win this battle. Excuse me, that's Truitt on the inside there. He comes out of this battle with Reinshield. Good move to the low side of the racetrack there as he comes out the winner.
I guess Truitt, one of those guys that looking for a top 10 here today, up to P8 now, passing Reinshield there. And you know, guys, I was thinking back at why Seth Berger pitted early. You wonder if he just wanted to try to get a good gap on Scotty Reinshield, having all those battles near him, trying to get a jump on him in pit road.
Definitely could be something here. Blake Hensley heads down the pit lane in that 31 machine. I'd imagine, guys, pit stops for a majority of the field is coming here in the next couple of laps as Blake Hensley comes down to the attention of his pit crew. The battle here between Montgomery and Justice shaping up a little bit here at the top of the hill, Will.
Yeah, and this is the battle we've really been watching all race long between these 2 teammates. And really, Emerson, the 2 top dogs in this series. Montgomery's had a great season. Justice had a great season. One of them has to come out the champion. Both of them trying to hold on to this top 5 position. Looks like they're in a good spot. They'll probably pit together, Reese, as they come towards you in the carousel.
Yeah, guys, 21 laps to go here. I gotta imagine we're gonna see a lot of guys entering pit road very, very shortly. As Montgomery guys did have a pretty big gap on his teammate Tyler Justice, but Justice been able to kind of gain all that time back. The two of them have been, at some points close, some points far away, but the two now neck and neck, coming out of the last corner, Emerson.
Second place, David Robertson comes into the pit lane. The attention of his pit crew. And while I don't know if this is going to be able to erase the 9-second deficit he has to Adrian Schumacher, this is definitely going to be maybe a tactic to get a gap on Montgomery and Justice, as Robertson comes out to the attention of his crew. Ellison and Truitt come down the pit lane. And we're back up to Adrian Schumacher.
Haven't been showing him a lot tonight, guys. He's kind of out by himself, and we have those battles going on. We kind of forgot about Adrian all the way out here, huh?
It's kind of hard to forget about him here in this bright yellow number 0. I'll call it a highlighter yellow there, Reese. It looks good here at the top of the grid. And I got to give props to Emerson coming in tonight. We talked about maybe favorites in this race, and Schumacher definitely was at the top of the list. Comes in as one of the highest I-rated road course racers in this series. With 19 laps to go, guys, I'm not seeing much drop-off in his lap times. I'm not seeing much increase in lap times from other drivers. This race could all but be shut out here with 19 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about someone, again, that he definitely is considered one of the road ringers of the series. You could almost ask anyone that was in SRN the last few seasons who is the best road racer in the series, and over half of them will probably say Adrian Schumacher. This guy is lights out. Almost anything he races, he'll be up there. At worst, top 3. I have not seen him finish outside the top 3 in a race, except for maybe a wreck at a road course. This guy is lights out when it comes to this road racing. He loves slinging stock cars around. And he is a maniac, guys. He drives this thing evil, man. I mean, he loves a wicked loose race car. He loves to be on edge. You know what? That plays right into his strong suit. As Jonathan Meyer's gone around in the carousel.
Oh, man, there, Reese. You claim the boss, man.
Yeah, guys, Carousel's been claiming victims all night, guys, and JB looks like there's a lot of damage to that right front, guys. Smoke barreling out the back of that thing. Oh, no. Go back and see if we can get a replay of this bad boy.
Here, Jonathan Byer already massively damaged in that 13 machine, and I'm sure this is going to do him no favors. Flips that curbing wrong on the exit, and ow, that's it.
Like I said, guys, doesn't look too hard, but these curbs and walls here are just ruthless, guys. And as we can see, smoke starting to barrel out the back of that thing. Oh man, tough break for JB. Road courses, they always claim some victims, and that, unfortunately for JB, he's going to be one of them tonight.
Yeah, and if I could, guys, just to give the folks at home sort of an example of how this damage model works here in iRacing. Imagine you're going down the road, guys, and you have a little air out of your tire. You sort of feel that tire going down. It's a flat tire on your regular road car. But imagine that 1,000 times more effective here in iRacing. You feel every little piece of damage, every little piece of fender pushed in. You'll feel it the entire race. And that's constantly dragging you down like an anchor. And for Byer now down pit road, that anchor has now sunk him down to the bottom of the scoring pylon.
So during that incident, guys, Adrian Schumacher has come down to pit lane and pitted max service. Has gone out and around. He has gone himself another lap led and nearly misses pit entry there. Big time moment for Max Service. He narrowly comes together with Scott Kalal. Service will grab himself a lap led and take the lone lap away from Adrian Schumacher being led tonight. The Schumacher will not go a perfect 60 for 60, guys.
Man, that over-under on the amount of laps led, Emerson, I think, is going to take a hit. If you had over 58 or 59 laps, you could still be in the green, depending on how long it takes Schumacher to exit pit road.
So if Felice Service maybe got 1 or 2 laps, but all in all, I don't think, Adrian's going to think much of it. He's led every lap so far that matters and continues on. Sean Powell is back in the pit lane, guys, and this one doesn't look good. He's still in the pit lane.
Oh man, we saw Powell, guys, to the bus stop, hit that guardrail and get lots of damage. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was listening to the radio chatter there, and Max queued up and talked about how that was his first lap led ever at a road course in Speed Racing Network history. So congrats to Max for leading some laps, guys. And we talked about his improvement, on these road courses, and there we go, Max Service leading lap here at the Glen.
Well, Reese, you've been there to kind of see the journey Max has gone on. You can remember, man, he would dread road courses when he first came into the league, but after running with Mal, and I think that really does it, running with Mal and Adrian. But of course, you bring some pace as well, and the three of you kind of push each other to be better. And with the the Max and the Cephs and others will latch on to that, and they'll try to learn, and eventually the knowledge will trickle down enough. And Service has brought some pace on these road courses recently, man.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that's kind of nice about all the guys at Tank Racing is everybody's kind of got their strong suits. Valdez really good at the trucks and Xfinity car and road courses, and then Adrian really good at honestly all three. And even Joseph Causey, one of the old SRN guys around here, he was really fast. And so Emerson, when you talk about Max not being good at road courses, I was honestly, when I started everything, I was kind of in that same boat. I felt I struggled pretty mightily at road courses, would have some major mistakes, and honestly, I've raced around them for so long, I've kind of eliminated a lot of mistakes, and I've been really happy with my road course speed. Even though, saying that I lost by 20 seconds last night, but that's beside the point. It's for me, it's a small victories. So being around fast guys. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. First in my eyes. So second rather than what happened last night. But yeah. So P2 still reigns on for the Reese Schaefer camp. But anyway, it's being around fast guys always just improves your racing, and you just learn little tips and tricks throughout the years. Guys, I found even last night, going through the S's, if I let off coming to the top of the hill just slightly, I'd lose 3 or 4 tenths the rest of the lap. And so there's just small little things that can really play a big factor in your lap time and your consistency. And so just racing those guys, you pick up on little key things, and it just improves your overall speed. And then after that, guys, you just gain confidence, and the rest is history.
So far, Schumacher, he's brought the pace here tonight. And, Will, it's been a fun one tonight. Here's a battle. Your area, this is Service trying to find a way past Ellison.
Yeah, Service trying to get around Ellison here. This is a battle for 7th, and Service is going to dive to the inside there and take that spot away from Ellison. And Reese, I wanted to pull your ear again as well here as we're watching this road course race play out. Schumacher's leading the way. As a driver in this field, you watch a guy check out, you watch it as you were in the field last night. How do you keep your composure knowing that the checkered flag is out of the question and you're really just battling it out for track position?
Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie. When I come to these road courses, it's not even mentality-wise. Like I'm not saying I'm trying to win every week, but I'm trying to win every. For here, I'm trying to win every lap. Just try to put down the best lap I can, and like we saw last night. I was right there with Jensick and Ryan Johnson. So there's always battles, always something going on at road courses. Even if you're Balliet, right? Having those big leads. If you ask him, he'll tell you too that he battled himself. Personal goal, personal lap times per lap, and so there's always key things you can do with these road courses to self-check yourself and stay and keep the momentum up. And the one thing I would say that is always hard to do at road courses is to run your own race, because when you're around guys and other drivers throughout the field, you tend to sometimes not even try, and you get some bad tendencies where you'll brake a little too early for a corner, or maybe you run on a curve that affects your tires a little bit, and that can really affect you the rest of the race. So you really have to try to keep your own race, keep your own act like you're in a test session on the own track, just trying to crack down these lap times, and it can be really, really hard. And it's one thing that just takes a lot of confidence, a lot of practice, and I'd say I'm slowly improving at it, but still have a long way to go.
I'd have to agree, Reese. Just in myself, when I was running on the sim, bad tendencies that when they get set in early, man, it's hard to undo those. But if you just continue to work at it slowly, you start to undo the wrongdoings instilled in your early sim racing life, and you start to finally claw back those successes. Right now, as we're watching the closest battle on track between Tyler Justice and Dustin Montgomery, the lap car of Nathan De La Rosa nearly parks it in front of the 6.
And these two guys are inside of the top. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle out of the 6 there on the exit of the corner. That's going to cause some speed. Looks like Montgomery didn't have a clean corner either. Here comes Service in that 6th position. The 81 will go around the 77 of Berger, who somehow, some way, guys, through all the mishaps in this race, Berger still finds himself inside of the top 10, as well as Kalal in that 32. We watched him spin out completely in this race. He's back inside the top 10.
Yeah, guys, Kalal, one of those guys that had issues early but made his way back. And speaking of having issues earlier, with Tyler Justice and Montgomery, were both guys that sped up pit road, and here they are, P4, P5. And guys, I was looking at the lap times, looking at the scoring table. Up in that P2 spot, Hensley actually pitted before Robertson and actually jumped him coming out of the pit cycle. So I think Robertson does have fresher tires, but Hensley's now up to P2, and so we're seeing throughout the field, guys, a lot of shuffling through the pit cycles.
As they come through the bus stop here, we'll keep an eye on that battle of Justice in the 6th, the 12 of Montgomery. This is battle for 4th and 5th. And that's a good point you brought up there with Hensley moving up to 2nd, just quietly being our hard charger in this race, up 7 spots as the drop of the green flag.
Great point there, Will. Blake Hensley, yeah, great mover forward. Sean Powell, of course, after starting up in 7th, down in the 14th position, he'll be the biggest loser so far today. But other things to know, Gabriel Ellison is up 4 spots from where he started, and even that technically isn't true. Technically, Gabriel Ellison is the biggest mover in the race because he started from the pit lane. He was gridded as 12th, but for Ellison, he did not take the green flag on the racetrack. He had to join at the back of the field out of the pit lane. And so Ellison up 8 spots essentially from where he started. That is also a pretty massive feat to take a look at as well. Everyone else, spots are about different by 1 for the most part. If you're Robertson, Justice, Montgomery, Service, Berger, Truitt, Kalal, De La Rosa, all your spots have changed by 1.
11 laps to go here at the Glen. Schumacher still leading the way, and Robinson might be catching Hensley there for that 2nd spot. We're seeing that interval come down to now less than a second. Robinson's not giving up on this battle for the podium spot here, Reese. As we watch behind him, here goes those dogs again. Robinson, Justice, and Montgomery, the 6 and the 12, again going at it for those spots.
Guys, I'm watching the interval timer, and the gap is slowly coming down between those guys. It's gonna be a lot for Robertson and Hensley to defend off these guys that are flying up behind them. But here we are, guys, 10 laps to go. We talked about how hard it is to pass, and we got Scotty Reinscheld up in front as well, guys. That might cause a factor. So it's gonna be really interesting between the 2nd through 4th, or 5th rather, guys, and as we come to 10 laps to go for the
10 laps to go here, Watkins, Glen, guys, and it's still that battle for 4. Justice and Montgomery be closest one. Robertson has lost a little bit of touch to Blake Hensley, and we'll keep tabs on that battle for 2nd.
As you watch them come through the bus stop here, the 6 of Justice, the 12 of Montgomery, those liquid molly machines, the top dog in this series, top dogs in this series, if you will. They are solid inside the top 5. It'll be another top 5 run for these two guys, and that momentum here in these playoff races continues, Reese. They're going to be the clear favorites here in the round of 15.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. We saw today on the start of the race that points gap. These two guys easily locked in the next round here, guys. And so, being locked in the next round, you know, as a driver, you can, you know, you never want to say you can relax, because it's always, you know, I swear, whenever you get into the race, you kind of get in that race mindset, and it's always just once you drop the green flag, it's on. But you know, these guys, knowing that they're locked in, maybe, you know, they can take a couple extra risks, take a little more chances than usual at some of these tracks, and have a little different variety for them, and try to gain any momentum they can coming into the final, what would be 5 races now.
Absolutely here. And well, for Adrian, yes, people look at him as a road ringer. I don't think he's anything to write off, you know, on the ovals. Well, he never got a victory on the oval yet here in SRN. He has, of course, gotten it done many a time on the road courses, and this is going to be some added momentum in his favor. And if you look at it, just coming into playoffs, guys, he was, you know, he was the 4th seed coming into the postseason, and I mean, he could easily find a way to Homestead here in about 4 races time. And of course, what's going to help is punching his ticket to that 2nd round of the playoffs, which right now he is on pace to do.
And I love this format here, Emerson, and all these series here on SRN. You throw a road course in the heart of these playoff races, you know, hearts are going to get broken here tonight. You're going to leave tonight's race after the road course, look at where you're at in the points table, and be like, oh my goodness, I might have to win over next week. So what a wrench it is in these playoff races, and I love it. It just shakes everything up, guys.
Oh.
Guys, we see Robertson really get a bad exit now here. It's Tyler Justice all over the back bumper of him, guys. Fresher tires, quicker pace. We'll see how long Robertson can hold off as they come out of the carousel. Coming down to the 2nd last corner, guys. Robertson having Scotty Reinshell, another phase 2 Chesterwork guy in front of him. So that might be playing a factor here. A little team game as Justice all over the back of him, guys, as they enter the final corner towards you, Emerson.
Big time battle here started really by the fact that the 46 of Robertson was sideways coming through the bus stop, and now it is all hands on deck in this battle for 3rd. What we once thought was Robertson going to be able to chase down Hensley and have a go at it for a 2nd. Robertson might not even finish on the podium. Under attack now from a high octane battle between the phase 2 Chesterwork squad and himself out of Elliott Sadler Esports, the outside pole sitter trying to hang on.
Yeah, don't look in your view mirror, Robinson, in that 46. You don't want to see what's coming. You got Justice in the 6, you got the 12 of Montgomery, and knowing these guys, they might even banana split Robinson, that 46, as we come through the bus stop here and right on board with the 12. You see the 6 of Justice just ahead here. He's making a run on the 46 races. We come towards you.
Yeah, Justice trying to find any way he can get around him, guys, and you have to be careful, Justice, because while trying to get around Robinson, if he looks in the rear view, Montgomery is right there too, guys. So all 3 of these guys fighting over the P3 position, trying to get on that final podium spot as Justice sends it through the 2nd to last corner. Robertson still holding on as the 2 of them come towards you, Emerson.
Putting the power down, Tyler Justice trying to round it up off of turn number 11. Trying to have a go there. David Robertson not close enough to make something happen yet, but piling on the pressure. But Tyler Justice, guys, if you saw there, he is really counter-steering that 6 machine. He is hanging on for dear life while trying to work forward.
Yeah, and that's all you got to do now with 6 laps to go. You have your bed, you've made it, you're tucked in this race as the 6 is trying to make a lemonade out of some lemons. That truck's leaving the chat on him as we come through the bus stop. He can still get that podium position as his teammate, the 12 Montgomery, still trails behind this group. You mentioned it though, Reese, the 99 of Ryan Shield is in this mix. Watch to see if he becomes a factor as we come towards you.
Yeah, all 3 of these guys got now under a blanket, guys. Ryan Shield in front with 6 laps to go here at the Glen. You guys, pretty amazing how 54 laps of all these battles have come down to this. As Justice goes a little wide there, guys, from the final corner, all over the back of Robertson, almost gets in the back of him.
I think they did make contact, but now Justice has to regroup under attack from teammate Dustin Montgomery. That gives Robertson a little bit of breathing room. 5 laps to go here from Watkins. Gone now. Robertson trying to find a way past the lapped car of Scotty Ryan's shield. This is all going on, and now Robertson finds himself off the painted curbing, trying to hold on to third. 5 laps to go from the Glen.
Coming up the hill here, the 99 at Ryan Shield leads this group. Of course, the 99 and the Ryan Shield is a lap down somehow, some way. He was a top 5 driver that's still way down now. A lap down, but he has this tail coming behind him. This is Robinson. This is Justice. This is Montgomery. This is for a podium with 5 laps to go, Reese. They're coming towards you.
Yeah, Justice all over the back end of Robertson, guys. Robertson holding steady, though, doing his best to hold off those Justice and those pressure tires. Both Justice and Montgomery going super wide out the carousel, guys, as they come down the second last corner. Justice gotta be careful not to punt Robertson. Justice a little sideways, trying to get the power down. Looking like he's gonna go to the inside, sending it to the final corner, guys, as the two of them are side by side coming up from Emerson.
Side by side on a turn 11, 4 laps to go from Watkins. Glen Montgomery pushing his teammate as they try to find their way past the Edley and Sadler Esports driver. Everyone files back in line and Robertson holds third.
Coming towards me up the hill, you see the 12 machine of Montgomery. He is itching and scratching now behind the 6 machine. Justice, he said, okay, team, you did a great job, but I might want to increase my finishing position as well, as he gets a little aggressive on the wheel. This battle has simmered down just a little bit as we're heading towards the bus stop. Looks as though Robinson, if he can keep it clean, mistake-free the rest of the way, he might have it locked in. But that might be too soon right here as we have a car off the track. Again, that's the 32 machine of, I believe, Lewis right there.
It's gonna be Scott Claw, guys. Scott Claw, unfortunate day for him, being a lap down, gonna fall down to P11. But guys, the battle still rages on as Robertson trying to find a way around Scotty Reinschild. Reinschild goes wide, a little loose, guys. Robertson's gonna send it around the outside. Reinschild trying to defend his lapper, but he's gonna block out Robertson and gonna give a big momentum to Justice with it. Going down the front stretch.
Now Justice pulls out to pass. 3 laps to go. Justice has to back off, trying to shut the door on his teammate. Nose to tail. They all snake through the apex curbing of turn number 1. Riding that exit curbing. And Robertson. Oh, sideways is Montgomery at the bottom of the hill. Now sideways to the center of the S's. Everyone hanging on for dear life. 3 laps to go, but who's going to get back to the line first in 3 laps?
3 laps to go as they head towards the bus stop. This is really the battle here as Schumacher has checked out. A 10-second lead is the battle for a podium finish here at a road course. Oh no, guys, as Justice gets loose there on the entry. He is right on the back bumper of the 46.
And Justice all over the back of the 46. I can't believe he didn't hit him, didn't turn him there. Robertson staying composed as ever as the 3 of them enter the second to last corner here. Turn number 10, guys. And we come down to 2 laps to go here at the Glen.
Everybody showing discipline and control in these very much hard to handle 650 virtual horse-powered beasts. Now 2 laps to go, 5 miles to settle it from the Empire State. And we continue on. Justice trying to slip and slide his way through turn 1. And he's losing touch a little bit to David Roberts. And now he's got to fend off his teammate.
Coming up the hill here, guys, as you watch the 99 of Ryan Shield trail this pack. We just saw Scott Kalal spin out in that 32 machine. What that did, guys, they're both a lap down, but that puts Ryan Shield in the top 10. He'll finish this race with some more points. Coming into this race, 35 points above that cut line. He's going to be comfortable now with 2 laps to go. Who's going to solidify that podium spot as now the 12 is putting it on his teammate here, Reese, around the carousel.
Yeah, Montgomery all over the back of Tyler Justice, guys, and for Justice, you know, being so close to Robertson for so many laps, you just burn up your tires, and now all of a sudden you look in the rear view, and here is your teammate who has been fast all year, as Adrian, guys, has started his final lap here at the Glen.
1 lap to go from Watkins, Glen, and it's been all perfect for the Zero Machine. He's led about every lap he can with the exception of 1. For the final time tonight, Will, Adrian Schumacher's coming to you.
And it looks so good, that high, lighter, yellow machine coming towards me. That Zero has been mistake-free, trying to best the winning margin of Joshua Balliet last night in the trucks. He might do it as we come out of the bus stops with a 11-second lead. Make it 12 as he heads towards you, Reese.
Coming through the carousel, guys, on a nice Sunday stroll here. 12 seconds up on Blake Hensley. Adrian's though still using all the tracks, still trying to put down some competitive laps, guys, as he barrels down to turn number 10.
Oh no, we got a crash in the bus stop! Blake
Oh,
Hensley from the second position has wrecked out, but off the final corner, Adrian Schumacher is going to drive that Zero Machine off of turn 11 and win here at Watkins, Glen, as Blake Hensley is in shambles, falling off the podium.
Wow, that is huge as Blake Hensley came into this race 25 points above the cut line. We'll have to wait and see what kind of points implications that has as it moves Robinson up to second on the finishing grid there, guys. And Robinson came into this race only 24 points above that cut line, tied with Logan Truitt with that last spot. This is going to be huge as we head to Dover next week.
nice guys. See Nathan Del Rosa all wrecked up there. Burgett's around him. I have to go see what happened there, Emerson.
Take a look here. Stellos is trying to finish the race. That car is, well, it is not going straight. As Adrian Schumacher is going to try to find his way around the track. We'll try to quickly decipher what happened. I got the notifications on the scoring monitor that there was something amiss here. De La Rosa spins all by himself of a lapped car here. And he's going to hit the inside barrier and loop it into his teammate running second. Oh
God.
My goodness, guys. That is unfortunate.
That's
Man.
not going to be a friendly conversation, Reese, in the garage.
Oh man, you just feel for Blake Hensley, man. Around that cut line, it needed a huge points day, guys, and now he's gonna fall all the way back to P9. Adrian's gonna
his signature.
Yeah. Put the engine into the crowd there. A little souvenir for some fans.
Oh, but you can tell, man. He is happy, guys. This driver, he's been trying to find some redemption after not being able to get the job done at Road America. Adrian, you do it all tonight. You lead all but 1 lap. How does this one feel?
Grazie. Oh man, it feels good. That was a perfect race.
It seemed like it, Adrian. No one could dethrone this Zero Machine tonight. Robertson maybe tried, but even then, not able to, do anything about it. Hensley matched your pace a couple times, but the most consistent driver was this Zero Machine. And Adrian, you prove once again just how dominant you can be on this road courses. How about it, man? What is it about these cars? These cars that just handle so poorly on a road course that suits your driving style.
I guess that's you said it right there. I can drive very poorly handling cars, especially when it's like the current Red Bull cars. Just the rear end doesn't exist. I like that. All bite on the front.
Well, it was all bite here from the Zero Machine. Adrian, you are locked in to the round of 10. You came into the playoffs, Adrian, as the 4th seed in the playoffs. One of the drivers up inside the top 10 before the seeding was done. And now, Adrian, you find yourself in prime position to try to set yourself up with some nice cash towards the end of the season. What do you think about your chances heading into the final 4 races?
Well, should we go for season 2? Aim for podiums. See where we go.
All right, Adrian, I like that. Maybe trying to Go for a second championship then here in the Z Girls series. Adrian, congratulations on your first win on the season. Does this one make up for Road America?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Well, there you go, Adrian. Congratulations on the race victory, man. Best luck to you the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys.
That was driver of the number 0, Adrian Schumacher. And my goodness, with a wild turn of events, guys, gonna have to now talk to second place finisher David Robertson. Who's not looking that way, but he's sitting by with you.
Yeah, catching up with Dave Robinson in that 46 machine. One heck of a race, David. And with that last lap incident with Hensley, that actually moved you up to second. Take us through your run at the road course.
Yeah, I think I had a decent run earlier this year at Road America. I had a spin on the stage restart and drove back to 9th, so I knew I'd have decent pace. Put a lot of practice in, about 100 laps over the last day or two, and we just kind of running my race. I got a little held up on some lap traffic, and Tyler and Dustin were on a little newer tires, but they raced me really clean. And yeah, I was able to obviously benefit from that thing there on the last lap in the carousel, which I was lucky to avoid. That kind of was shocking. To say the least, to see that happening, and got to choose which lane to pick, but I picked the right one. And yeah, so obviously a little bit of luck, for sure. I probably was 4th or 5th on speed, but sometimes just I made one mistake at the start of the race, and that was the only time I only had one X the whole race, so I only went off the track once. So all in all, that was my goal, just to keep it on the track and try to maximize from others' mistakes.
Yeah, we saw it up here in the booth. Very, very clean. You were solid in that third position, I would say, for the majority of the race. Talking about being in that third spot, did you ever start to feel that pressure from the 6 of Justice and the 12 of Montgomery? Did you ever do a little rear view racing there? Did you see them coming?
Oh yeah, I've got overlays up, and I knew they pitted 1 lap and 2 laps later than me, so I knew, and I knew they had more outright pace. I think when we leveled off, it's pretty close, and credit to Tyler, he definitely had a chance there. I was trying to get around his teammate who was a lap down, and he's fighting for his own thing, but it kind of held me up a little bit, and then he could have totally shipped it on the inside. And I race these guys, those guys all the time in the open series, so a lot of respect there, and so appreciate them running me clean, as they always do. But it's the last couple laps. I'm not just going to pull over and let him by. I let Tyler go at the beginning of the race because he just had so much more pace than me. But yeah, for sure, you're watching. I've got overlays up, and I can see the gap coming down. So you're just trying to minimize mistakes and try not to mirror drive and make it easy for him.
Absolutely, and this is a playoff race here tonight. David, you came in tied with Logan Truitt for that last play, or that top 10. In tonight's race, I believe you probably separated from Logan, either solidified that top 10 position or moved above Blake Hensley. How are you feeling about Dover next week?
One of my favorite tracks. So the tracks I've been my favorite ones. I've done pretty well at. Was run well at Pocono, ran well at Indy, and I really like Dover a lot. So yeah, looking forward to it. And the key there is pit road is so tricky under green flag stops. I think in just avoiding accidents. If someone has an accident, they tend to bounce off the inside wall and come back up the track. So again, it's going to be about putting yourself in the right place to take advantage of others' misfortune.
There we go. And the 46 machine of David Robinson. Before we let you go, my man, with this second place finish, anybody you wanted to shout out or any sponsors that help you make this happen?
Oh, everybody at Elliott Sadler Esports, Sim Seats and everyone, on the team, all the other sponsors. I can't remember them all, but yeah, a good group of guys over there. And Paul Bliss and I have been running the series this year for the banner for ESE. We're not as big as some of the 5-car teams, but we're giving it our all. So yeah, thanks to everyone over there.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time with us here tonight. David, you come home second at the road course. Cannot wait to see that 46 at Dover next week.
Can't wait. Thanks a lot, guys.
And that was driver of the number 46, David Robertson. And while most of our finishers after him dipped out on us, we did find one. Our 8th place finisher, Reese, is out of the JBR camp. Driver number 35, Logan Truitt, saying it bye.
Yeah, guys, coming home in P8 tonight. We have the 35 car of Logan Truitt. Logan, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Logan, buddy, talking about Watkins, Glen, man. I know it's a tough race out there, really tricky with these cars. What were some of the strategies you had, and how'd the race go for you?
Well, I think our strategy went pretty good. We had a good tire strategy. I think we just got caught up with a bad qualifying run. And I think I had a good shot at Gabe at the end, but I just couldn't get there.
Yeah, man, we saw on that final lap there a lot of battles going through the whole field. We saw a big incident with Blake Hensley, so you were able to gain a free spot from that, man. But that first stage, we saw a lot of guys, including yourself, just kind of working their way through the field, trying to get the car under them. What did you notice about the car tonight? Was there anything that surprised you, or any adjustments you had to make going through the race?
I definitely had to change the way I was driving. The car was a little loose on throttle, so I had to back up my corners just a little bit. But other than that, it was pretty good the whole way.
Yeah, man, awesome. Logan, next week, buddy, we go to Dover. Any thoughts on that track?
I would say it's my best chance on advancing if that's what it comes down to.
Well, buddy, hopefully we'll be talking to you up here in the booth next week, and good luck on your chances. Before we let you go, though, any sponsors, anyone you want to shout out?
Black Box Creative and Kyle Ryan sponsors that car, and team owner JB. Everyone on the team. It was a good run tonight.
Hell yeah, awesome. And that, guys, was the number 35 car of Logan Truer, finishing P8 tonight.
There was driver of the number 35, Logan Truitt. And guys, that was how they all, that was just a couple drivers on what they thought of tonight's race. Go ahead and bring up our race results up on the screen as we speak. There they are. Adrian Schumacher with the race victory. David Robertson then finishing in second. Tyler Justice finishing in third. Dustin Montgomery fourth. Max Service finishes fifth. Will, take us to the top 10.
Yeah, Seth Berger finishes 6th here tonight. Gabriel Ellison did call out that name a lot here. Finishes 7th. Logan Truitt in that 35. He's going to be our last car on the lead lap, finishing 8th. Blake Hensley. Oh my goodness, guys. We saw that mistake there at the carousel, or the bus stop. Gets taken out, finishes 9th. Scotty Reinshield will round out our top 10 in that 99.
Scott Claw, guys, gonna finish P11. We saw him with a couple spins tonight, and Paul Bliss with he also had a spin earlier in the race, gonna come home P12. Nathan Del Rosa, we saw him crab walking sadly down the backstretch and the front stretch there at the end of the race, gonna come home in P13. Sean Powell with that damage in the bus stop, gonna finish P14. JB with that spin and wreck in the carousel, gonna be 15th, and Brandon Burkhart, who had that early incident, get it home in P16, and that will be all 16 finishers here tonight, Emerson.
Until everyone comes across the stripe, whether in one piece or not, guys, and it was a wild one for sure, guys. That's, I think, gonna do it for us here from the Empire State. But of course, before we go, guys, gotta give a huge shout out to our partners here at Speed Racing Network, Fiverr, Glitch, and Z-Grills, for all of their hard work on each of the respective nights. And of course, tonight, Z-Grills doing the heavy lifting for the Z-Grills series. Make sure you use code SRN-BOX, of course, at AdminBox for 10% off of your AdminBox purchases. That's SRN-BOXX, 10% of your AdminBox purchases. AdminBox, of course, with our starting grid presentation, and they've been on your screen all evening long. Butt Kicker, we'll hear from them before the end of the show tonight, but a huge shout out to them and how they help out here at Speed Racing Network. EPI, of course, with our Victory Lane presentation, and Select Blinds with our incident replays this evening. While you're at it, guys, if you're on YouTube, go and scroll down, see that big red button that says subscribe. Go and click it, guys, make it say subscribe. Help us reach our subscription goal here on YouTube. We would greatly appreciate it. Right next to that subscribe button, guys, is that big blue button that says join. Wonder what? Join what? Right? For $4.99 a month, guys, you can get access to loyalty badges, custom emojis, exclusive wallpapers and photos, early access to new content, member shoutouts, members only live chats, and priority reply to comments. All of this is available to you guys on the Speed Racing Network premium membership at the Speed Racing Network YouTube channel. Speaking of the YouTube channel, guys, you might be wondering where you can find all of our social media outlets here for SRN. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, guys, at facebook.com/Speed Racing Network, our X page at Speed Racing Net, our Instagram at Speed Racing Network, our YouTube at youtube.com/Speed Racing Network, our Twitch at twitch.tv/Speed Racing Net, our LinkedIn, of course, at linkedin.com/company/Speed Racing Network, and of course, big website where you keep it with everything SRN, guys. news, schedules, points, and all that jazz is waiting for you at speedracingnetwork.com. Before we close off the air, gentlemen, any final thoughts from a wild week here at Watkins Glen?
It was indeed, Emerson. I think that's a good adjective to use. Wild. We saw everything. We saw a mixed bag of racing at the road courses here tonight. Schumacher is one of those guys who gapped out the rest of the field, although we saw battles inside of the top 5. Last night, we saw the same thing with Valiant winning that race. Night before that was a one-on-one battle. Reese, I would have to say it's a pretty successful weekend at the Glen, but I have to say I cannot wait to head to Dover next week.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Dover, one of the really tough tracks, really a driver favorite track. We'll see a lot of guys that really love the concrete. We'll see him do really well there. As you know, first guy that always comes to mind is Timmy Latham, him being one of the guys that I believe he's won there like 4 of the last 5 times, so some crazy number. We'll have to fact check that for next week. But yeah, guys, it was you know, I'm not gonna lie, we were sitting halfway through the race and I was like, man, we only got 1 car out of the race so far. It's been a pretty clean race. And well, I probably shouldn't have thought of that thought or said anything, because by the end of it, we lost almost half the field, so it was definitely pretty crazy coming that second half. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, these road courses, man, they are just so grueling. And we talked about, guys, you know, you lose focus just for 1 second, one lap, and boom, your night's over. So really tough track here. But I think a lot of those guys that don't like the road courses will be really grateful to return to a fun oval next week.
Absolutely, guys. Well, I think that'll do it for us here from the Empire State. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at Speed Racing Network, I had Will Tiller and Reese Schaefer alongside myself, Emerson Arden, in the virtual booth this evening. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next time out at the Monster Mile.